Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Patrick Coar back on the channel. He's with Patch Worxs. He just built out this T1N Sprinter, and he's full-time living here in his van in New Jersey, and he's going to give us a tour. So join us.
It's good to be back. I'm here with my new 2006 T1N Sprinter van. This is like my 5th one I've done. I'm a big fan of these vans. They're rough, rugged, they get it done, and I can work on them if I need to. All right, let's check out some things on the outside before we go in. First of all, you'll notice that this van is green. I rolled this paint on with just a 4-inch roller and then custom painted some trees, and I've got some mountains in the back. Gives it more of a fun vibe and a little less stealthy than the white van, but I've noticed that I don't really have a difference. No one bothered me before and no one bothers me now. I also have the same table I had on my last one. Quick pop-up table. It's great for when you're coming back from a hike or disc golfing. I can put my bag down and get my keys out without messing around on the floor. And then the roof deck, it's very similar to the last one. It's a little bit shorter and not as long because there's a longer wheelbase. But I have a walkable solar panel up there that I can show you later that allows me to have more walking space but still have the solar panels up there. You come inside, I'll show you what's going on. The first thing you'll notice is this catch-all. This is super important to me. It's where I put my everyday stuff. I've got a charging station, a little cubby, and my light switch. This allows me to put things down, and then if I start driving, nothing falls off. Got some shoe storage underneath, as long as a water jug for quick water bottle fill up before you go on a hike or something like that. The floor is a laminate floor. I got it from Lowe's this time, which is a bit different. And then a custom trash can that holds my multi-tool here and my quick chair here. This is a chair I use most often to sit right outside the van, so easy access. Up top we have a L bracket thing for a table that sits here. This is the Budget Lagoon mount. Just swivels onto this. Spin it around a couple times. And I have a pretty big workstation with the view and the windows and everything else. Take that off so it's out of our way. Over here is my kitchen. Well, as you can see, it's a bench at the moment, but it can turn into a kitchen. I've got my fridge at the bottom. It's got a double pin locking mechanism that pulls up, that goes down, and then it slides out. This is an Alpi-Cool fridge. This is the second one I've had it. I did have a latch brake on me, but other than that, it's been great. It's very efficient and doesn't really take that much energy. It all just slides back in there. It's just felt pads on the bottom to make it move and not scratch the floor, but not take up as much space as wheels or anything like that. Over here is just a couple of drawers. A big one for chips and a little one for small things. I use just grooves in the panels to maximize the space and make it a lot easier than bothering with drawer slides. And then actually the walls of these drawers are angled in, so they pinch themselves as they go back, and I don't need special latches to keep them from moving. Coming up from there, you'll see the back of this bench here that opens up and gives me a lot of storage. Those all close in. They've got magnets that stay shut, and then this actually slides forward to turn in the kitchen, so I can show you that now. I've got a bolt latch on the side to keep it in. This slides forward. That latch pulls out. That pulls down, and now I have a big, beautiful countertop. And then you might be like, but where's the stove? The stove's behind the wall. So these slide over like this, and the stove slides right out. Pops up like that. It's always connected to propane. I turn it on, hit the igniters, and I'm ready to go. And then when it's time to put it away, it's just as quick and easy as taking it out. These cubbies over here also give me storage for seasonings and stuff like that while you're cooking. Now it goes up, this all slides in. So in just a couple of seconds in the morning, I can be ready for breakfast. This is the main kitchen column. This is a pretty big sink. It's a little smaller than last time, but I haven't really noticed a difference. I've got a faucet off Amazon, a towel, and this is my medicine cabinet that's actually built into the wall. It's got a mirror on one side, it holds my toothbrush, and also has a toothpaste dispenser because if I'm going this gadgety, I might as well do it all the way. Underneath, you can see my plumbing system. This is the most complicated system I've done so far. You can see in my last van, I didn't even do one, so this is quite a step up. It's a SureFlow water pump, and then just 2 7-gallon jugs, one for fresh, one for gray. Close that up. This is all custom woodwork. This is actually the support for the bed when it pulls out. You'll see that in a second. Up top, there's also extra counter space that can come down and allow you to sit here. And then with this table, you have a booth, a place to eat with 2 people or play chess, or whatever else you like to do on a table. Underneath here is where my diesel heater is, and some storage space along with the fishing rod, and there's a sleeve here that holds my laptop. Moving up is a slot for my PlayStation when I finally get that, and that will double with this monitor for my games. And then this also uses one cord, connects to my phone, and my phone becomes its computer and connects to my laptop as a second monitor. The other cool thing it can do, this took like 5 tries to find this mount that would work for me, but comes out, slides over here, and now you can view it outside if you're tailgating or camping. It can swing around and be a double monitor with this table and have a front office space, and then can turn this way, so if you have a bunch of people sitting, they can all see the screen. Up top is a bookshelf and some various other storage of small things, and then just a shelf that will be filled with cooking stuff. The ceiling is a bunch of cedar planks. It's normal cedar and red cedar that I put together in a cool shape, and then stuck the Max Air Fan Deluxe with the remote and temperature sensor and all that fancy stuff in there. And I also went with the tinted lid this time instead of the white one, and I would highly suggest that because it kind of turns into a skylight. The white one you can't see out of at all, and this one you can, so I count that as a bonus. Back to this side of the bench is where all the electrical happens. So this slides off, this pops up, and I have full easy access. It's a 170 amp hour lithium battery. I've got the Rover 40 MPPT charge controller, a 1500 watt inverter, there's a kill switch and a fuse panel, and everything you really see in a basic electrical setup. Underneath that stuff, you can see a couple more cubbies, various storage, stuff like that. These are my junk drawers for everyday junk, I guess. And then this floor right here also opens up for some bulk storage. Eventually, in phase 2 of this van, this will become a shower pan, and a composting toilet will go into this wall. So I'll also have a sort of bathroom in this van as well. This drawer is the drawer for my cameras. I've got a built-in charger, keeps my batteries charged, and also my Wi-Fi hotspot. This up here will be a Lego fish tank when I finally get the Legos. Just something fun I thought I could do after inlaying the cabinet over there. I thought that'd be fun to put here. And then upper shelf, extra storage, looks real nice, gives me a place to display my pictures and stuff like that. And then the sliding door is also a hedge. So this is insulation behind, vines, and that, and it really adds to the vibe, along with a couple little cubbies that will be filled in with trinkets as I find them on my next adventures. Before I show you how the bed works and everything like that, I'll talk about the insulation. I use spray insulation for all my vans. It's really the quick and easiest way to do it. You get good coverage, and for camping in the winter here in New Jersey, you need at least some insulation. So spray insulation is real good. That pairs with the diesel heater that we saw earlier and the vent that comes out through here. It's connected to my diesel tank underneath the van, and it keeps me very warm when I'm inside. Obviously, it doesn't make winter summer, but I'll be warm inside. Bringing the snow in and the dirt and having less things to do definitely makes winter camping a little bit rougher. All right, so now for the bedroom. This is the bed. It's the same system that I had on my last van. It's a little bit wider. I think it's like 2 or 3 inches less wide than a full-size bed. It comes down. There's a pulley system. Reach up, grab the handle, pull it out. You can see it rests on that tree I was talking about. and this bar on the other side. And then it's a big old full-size bed, and I can also see out of the back windows when I'm in there. So when I'm parked in beautiful places, I'll be able to wake up to beautiful views. To pop it back up, you just pull the pulley, push it on the bottom, and it goes right back up. So in the morning, when I'm going into day mode, it only takes a second and then another second to make the kitchen happen. On this side is my clothes storage. I'm not very good at closing doors, so I went with cubbies and bungees this time. Super simple system. It looks good. It's thin. I don't have doors swinging out that needs latches and stuff like that. And then a bit of customization. I have a cubby that holds my water bottles. This is my nightstand. I have a charging port back there and a wireless charger. This holds my phone at night, so a little spot that this holds. This is the diesel heater controller. Big cubby for some more clothes. And then these lights, if I close this, I'll show you that in a second, turn on starlights in this ceiling. So it's a bit tough to see right now, I'm sure, but they're up there. And then that paired with this skylight, which has a built-in shade and bug screen and opens up, makes sleeping at night, looking at the moon and the stars, a really nice, enjoyable time. Behind these cubbies is the garage, so I can show you that now. All right, so if you know anything about me, you know I like my toys. My last van was built all around the garage, and this one is no different. This fits everything that my last van did and probably more. It just had to be arranged slightly differently. So all of that wood sticking out over there is the cubbies you just saw on the front, and they're designed in a way to make room for my bike, my snowboard, a scooter, a fishing rod. I've got extra camping gear back there, as well as my propane that's attached to the stove in the front. Over here is more bulk storage. I have a paddleboard, camping gear, a disc golf chain, plenty of spike ball things, and then this big old drawer that pulls out with a bunch more stuff. This is extra gear that I use pretty often. As you go back, the less often it is used. It also turns into like an outdoor table or something like that if you're camping and eating food in the back. I have LED lights in here that will also light it up at night. A carport for an inflatable charger for the paddleboard. I showed you the roof deck earlier. This is how I get up at the moment. In the future, I'm gonna have climbing pieces on the side to get up. But for now, it just takes a bit of scampering. And you can get on top. This is a 7-foot by 6-foot roof deck. I have a walkable solar panel that is 130 watts, and then easy access to my skylight and max air fan for cleaning and getting snow off and all the other fun things you do on a roof deck.
Patrick, it's always great to have you on the channel. This is our 5th tour we've done. You've had a very, very busy year. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been up to?
Yeah, absolutely. So on July 9th, I started a 48-state, 365-day challenge. So the first half of my year has been about that. I've gotten 30 states done so far, along with going to Gutted in Alamoso, Colorado, which is a reality building competition TV show that's going to be dropping sometime soon on YouTube. That if you want to see a lot of cool stuff happen in 5 days, you should definitely check out. Other than that, I've been building this van, been getting plans to build more vans in the future, and really just having a good time and doing fun stuff.
I saw that you sold the van that we've done last. It looks similar to this on the outside, a little bit more basic in the features.
Yep.
How long did it take you to build this one?
The main build of this was done in just about a month, and then it's details for a lot of time, but that's more because I was waiting for stuff to happen and stuff to come in. But really, probably a month and a half of time was put into making this happen.
And you don't know until it's done, like, what other details you want to add.
Yeah.
So kind of like the build progresses.
Yeah, it keeps going.
A build's never done.
Never done. I keep getting more ideas and more details. And I put lights in this morning and fixed the fan, so cutting it to the wire to get all the details in, but like you said, it never stops.
And you have Patch Worxs, and you help people build vans and school buses. Can you tell us a little bit about how that's evolved over the last couple of years?
Yeah, it's not something I was, focused or planning on doing, but it's something that kind of evolved naturally. and I get a lot of reward in doing budget builds and not doing the crazy 6-figure vans and stuff like that, and being able to do a build quicker and easier and more personal with people. It's not what I do all the time. Sometimes I'm doing personal builds, but it kind of switches back and forth, and whatever's open and what the weather is allowing really is what kind of builds I can do.
Do you have any tips for anybody that wants to live full-time in a van and will be up in the north in the winter? Can you tell us a little bit about some of the struggles there?
The biggest struggle for me is when it snows, bringing the snow and the wet in. So making sure you have a good waterproof floor, and a system and a place to put shoes and wet stuff. Have hooks at the door, have a place you can drape stuff over to dry, that kind of stuff, and keep the winter out. Other than that, of course, is the heater. At this point, the diesel heaters are very cheap off Amazon. If you're going to get a Mr. Buddy or a wave heater, I would really just bite the bullet, spend a few extra dollars, and get the diesel heater, because they'll make the vans as warm as you want them, and they're super efficient. They don't take a lot of draw on battery, and they don't take a lot of fuel either. So if you're doing winter in a van, I would get a diesel heater.
And if the engine of the van is not diesel and it's gasoline, I guess you could add an auxiliary diesel fuel tank just for that heater?
Yeah, so the diesel heaters actually come with their own fuel tanks. I have a couple of them now in my garage because I plumb them straight into my tank, but they come with a separate tank that you just fill up separately when you're at the pump. And I do think they have gas versions too if you're trying to plumb them in.
I believe the gas version is the Webasto heating system,
Yeah.
but that's a quite big step up in
Yeah.
price point.
Yeah,
So
that's like $1,500 or something. A diesel heater off Amazon's like $150. So
well, thank you for taking the time. I'm going to link to your Instagram so folks can follow on there. You also have a YouTube channel that
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
doing some cool videos. And I can't wait to see you on Gutted. There was a lot of cool cast on
Yeah,
that show, and
absolutely.
I didn't see the show, but I followed along on Instagram, so I'm sure our viewers are going to enjoy that too. Well, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. I love it. We'll see you soon.
peace.
I'm going to stand outside a majority, and once you start getting back here, and just give a basic of like